Hello, my friend. Welcome back to our channel where we share with you the most amazing stories and experiences that can inspire you to live the best version of your life. And today, we will talk about a very important topic, facing your fears. Do you know someone who is afraid of something? Maybe you are afraid of something yourself. Well, this story is for you. Once upon a time in the vast and endless ocean, there lived a little fish named Finny. Now, Finny was a beautiful fish. His scales shimmered like 1,000 tiny rainbows, and his fins were as delicate and graceful as a dancer's. But despite all his beauty, Finny had a problem. He was terribly afraid of the big waves. You see, Finny had never seen a big wave up close before. All he knew was that they looked scary and dangerous, and he didn't want to get hurt. So every time a big wave approached, Finny would hide in a little cave and tremble until the danger passed. One day, an old and wise sea turtle named Shelly saw Finny hiding in his cave, and she couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. So she swam up to him and asked, "Why don't you come out and play, little fish? It's such a beautiful day." I can't," stuttered Finny. "The waves, they're so big and scary. What if they hurt me?" Shelly looked at him for a moment without saying a word. Then she turned around and swam out of the cave. A big wave crashed down just as she reached the opening, but instead of getting scared, she dove right into it. As she disappeared from view, another huge wave came crashing down, blocking the entrance to the cave. Startled, Finny watched as the waves kept coming and crashing, blocking his exit. Trapped inside, he began to panic. Suddenly, he remembered what the wise old seahorse had told him. When you're scared, swim towards the danger. Taking a deep breath, Finny turned around and started swimming toward the waves. At first, the water was choppy and rough, and he could barely see through the white foam. But as he kept swimming, something amazing happened. The water around him suddenly became clear, and he found himself in a world he had never seen before. The ocean floor was covered in a beautiful array of corals, and colorful fish were everywhere. They were darting between the coral branches, playing hide and seek. And for the first time, Finny realized that the ocean wasn't just a big scary place. It was full of wonder and excitement. He joined the other fish in their game of hide and seek, and they welcomed him with open fins. For hours he swam around, feeling free and happy as he played with his new friends. Just then, one of the fishes noticed a large shadow looming over them. Looking up, they saw a huge whale shark swimming toward them. The fish scattered, hiding in the coral, but Finny froze in fear. "Don't be afraid, little fish," boomed a gentle voice. It was the biggest fish he had ever seen, yet its voice was kind. "I won't hurt you." Then, to Finny's surprise, the whale shark smiled, revealing rows and rows of tiny teeth. "What's your name, little fish?" I'm Finny," he stammered, still trembling. "Well, Finny, I'm here to tell you that the ocean is a big place, and there are lots of wonderful things to see and do. Don't waste your life hiding in fear when there's so much beauty to experience," said the wise whale shark. Then, with a flick of its powerful tail, it disappeared into the blue. As the whale shark swam away, Finny felt a surge of determination. He knew the ocean was full of wonders, and he didn't want to spend his whole life hiding in his cave. But how could he face his fear of the big waves? Suddenly, he remembered what the whale shark had said. He took a deep breath and started swimming toward the surface. At first, the waves knocked him around, but he kept going. As he swam, he noticed that the waves weren't scary at all. They were just big, powerful movements of water. And when he swam with them, not against them, they were actually quite fun. He rode the waves up and down, feeling the wind in his fins and the sun on his scales. From that day on, Finny was never afraid of the waves again. In fact, he loved to swim in the open ocean, exploring all the wonders it had to offer. He made many new friends along the way, including some dolphins who loved to race with him. One time they were playing a game of tag, and one of the dolphins swam up to Finney and whispered, "Hey, close your eyes and I'll give you a big surprise." Before Finney could react, the dolphin zoomed past him and disappeared into the distance. When he opened his eyes, he saw the dolphin waiting for him just ahead. But it wasn't alone. Around it were all the other dolphins, and they were all smiling at him. Then, as if on cue, all the dolphins took off and started swimming side by side. They raced up and down the waves, creating a beautiful pattern in the water. Taking a deep breath, Finney dove into the water and joined them. He swam alongside the dolphins, feeling the joy and freedom that came from being part of something bigger than himself. From that day on, Finney was never afraid of the waves again. Instead, he embraced them, knowing that they were part of the adventure that was life in the ocean. After Finney overcame his fear of the waves, he continued to explore the ocean and have all sorts of adventures. One day, he stumbled upon a sunken treasure chest filled with gold coins and jewels. Another day, he helped a group of seahorses rescue their eggs from a hungry eel. And once he even saved the life of a baby whale who had become entangled in some fishing nets. Through it all, Finney never forgot the lessons he had learned. He knew that fear was something everyone had to face, but it didn't have to control him. In fact, by facing his fear, he had discovered that the ocean was full of wonders he would never have experienced otherwise. And so Finney lived out the rest of his days exploring the ocean with courage, curiosity, and a sense of adventure. So friends, whenever you face your fears, you may discover that what you thought was scary isn't really as bad as you imagined. In fact, it might even be fun. Sometimes we need to dive headfirst into the unknown to really understand it. So next time you're afraid of something, take a deep breath, relax, and try to understand it better. You might be surprised at what you learn. We hope you enjoyed listening to this story as much as we did. If you did, please let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more great stories. Thank you for watching this video. We wish you a wonderful day and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.